Hello, today will be a short video about two-factor authentication and Yubikey, Ubicore. First of all, what is two-factor authentication? Suppose you are in US and some hacker from Africa got your login and password. Then the hacker can log in into your account, which is not good. So to protect from this, you can use two-factor authentication. How it works? It works by verifying your identity using some additional hardware which you register with your account. You have access to this hardware. For example, it may be your phone or your computer or some other hardware device. And the hacker in Africa doesn't have access to this device, so he cannot get into your account. This verification may be done by sending a text message to your phone. So here is a picture where you have to use your phone to confirm that you are indeed you. You can use Authenticator app on the phone, or you can receive text message, or by using a biometric sensor like fingerprint or Face ID, or using unique hardware ID of your computer or a hardware key which is separate. The most famous is Yubikey. So here's the picture, like it's a USB device which you can insert in a computer. It doesn't like protrude outside, and when you touch it, it sends a one-time password and helps you to log in into your account. So unless you have the key, you cannot log in. This is very interesting. So Google, in 2017, they bought and handed out to all their employees 85,000 Yubikey security keys. And they required all their employees to use their security keys every time they logged into email or Google accounts. The benefit of Yubikey security keys is very easy to use. So for example, with the phone, for two-factor authentication, you have to open your phone, start the application, and then click on or look at a particular row for particular website you're logging in. You will see a 6-digit code, and then you need to enter this code in the browser. So it's a lot of work. But with Yubikey, all you have to do is to touch it like with your finger, and it will send a one-time password automatically. You don't have to do anything. So this is amazingly convenient, simple, and because of that, everybody is using it. And because of that, systems became much more secure when people started using it. So Google started with Yubikey security keys, but then they created their own version, which is called Titan. And there are some other keys, of course, but the most well-known are Yubikey from Yubico. So it's a company in USA and Sweden, and also, of course, Google Titan. So what is the Yubikey? So first of all, it's a small USB device. Well, it may be USB-A, USB-C connector. It may be like big or smaller. It may have connector for iPhone Air connector. So different kinds of connectors can be different model. Some of them use, it's called BioSeries because it can sense your fingerprint. So they're different ones. But the way they work, so this is a very good video on YouTube which shows. Here's an example of a simple program. What it does in C, it prints touch your Yubikey. You see here, touch your Yubikey, and then when you touch it, it sends some code. You see this string, and then you get it using scanf, and then you print it. You see it's the same string. So it is that simple, and this string actually has structure. It contains the unique ID of your Yubikey device, and it contains one-time password and some other thing. When you create an account, let's say with Google or whatever, and you identify Yubikey as a method for two-factor authentication, it will ask you to touch it, and it will register it with your account, and after that you can use it. You can register several two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication devices. So, for example, you may have several YubiKeys. One you use with your laptop, another you use with your desktop, another you use, I don't know, in the office, and so on. And this is like how you use it. You see there are different form factors. These are really small ones. They may be USB or USB-C, and it's very, very small and almost invisible. You just touch it, and that's how easy it is to use. Okay, so when you insert it in your computer, it is mounted as a USB keyboard. You know, when you press a key on keyboard, it sends code of this key to your computer. That's how the Yubikey works. It sends code, but the code is quite complex. So you need some application or whatever to process it. Okay, there are a variety of models. So there are model 5 supports one-time passwords like Authenticator apps. BioSeries can do fingerprint. There are USB and USB-C variants or even iPhone connector. The Nana is the smaller one. So these are the Nanas, which is preferred. I mean, I like it. There is also something called NFC, which is near field communication technology, which enables two devices to exchange data when they're within close proximity. So it works with mobile devices. There's also some standards, and YubiKey is FIPS compliant, where FIPS is Federal Information Processing Standards. Okay. You don't have to use YubiKey. You can also use your fingerprint Touch ID on your laptop if you have one. So here, example, by touching it, it effectively can work as a YubiKey. It doesn't necessarily work for all browsers and for all applications, so you have to check it. But if it is available, then it is convenient because you don't need to buy a device. YubiKey can go anywhere from $60 to $100, depending on the model and the features it provides. So this is an example of compatibility for particular application. This table will be looking differently for different websites. But you see that Chrome generally has good support. So Chrome may be a preferred browser to work with this system. So when you're doing web authentication, there is a standard published by World Wide Web Consortium. And web authentication is a core component of FIDO2 project, which is Fast Identity Online, which is under guidance of FIDO Alliance. So you can go to this website and read all about it. I'm trying to make a point that there are standards already developed in place and people are using them for passwordless authentication. So you can use biometric scanners like Touch ID or Face ID or hardware tokens, and together with public and private key cryptography. Another hint, if you decided to go passwordless, then it's better to have two different security keys. It may be both YubiKeys, or maybe one of them may be Touch ID. And the reason why is because if you have only one and you lose it, then you cannot get into your account. Well, there may be some restoration procedures. Maybe you go to a bank branch or something. But nothing prevents you from having more than one key. So it's a good idea to have several. Okay, this is it for today. And let me stop recording.